Alright, we're back. This is Ed Screens from Number One Auto Detailing. Here we have again the 1993, and I might have said the car wrong make or model last time with the before video, but this is a 1993 Lincoln Towncar. And basically what we're going to do is show you the after. You've seen the before, and here's the after on this 1993 Lincoln Towncar. As before, I started out with the engine compartment. Again, this car was a car that someone smoked in it. Hadn't been cleaned in a very long time. So this was a car that was very dirty, that was more than just a day process. The customer wasn't in a hurry for it. Again, this was his father's car who had passed away, and now he is selling the vehicle. And again, like I said in the before video, basically giving the car more value. So here we go. And that's the motor for the ride leveler. And as I said before in the before video too, and I guess I don't have to keep saying that, but again, I don't do this all the time. This is something new that I'm doing for Number One Auto Detailing. The car on the inside was really dirty, and this was a white car that was dirty, had its scratches in the paint, but the interior was just very dirty. And if you remember how this door panel looked before, and we'll go around the car and you'll see the after. You remember right here, all kinds of ashes all over on the gauges, the steering wheel all over the place. The cup holder, the ashtray. Now in this vehicle, if you remember before, the floor, it's had the floor mats. I don't like to show the cars after by putting the floor mats in there, because they were rubber floor mats, and anybody can clean a rubber floor mat and hide the carpeting and basically put a floor mat down on there. So always on my after shots, I like to show the carpeting without the floor mats in there. The floor mats were rubber on this one. They had a design. Now on these seats were white. Are white. Were. They were black before. They're white, but the seats are old. They weren't taken care of. They weren't treated, and this is what happens to leather when you don't keep it clean and keep it treated. It just basically dry rots, gets dry and will crack. And here you go, and here's the finished product. If you remember before, the seat, it was dirty, did come clean, but a lot of the dirtiness in the seat, so to speak, is just because the leather just, again, was not taken care of. And being white, it's almost like a black car on the outside shows everything, or even like black carpeting. But if you remember the jams, behind the driver's seat, rear door panel. You can kind of see everything around the ashtray is like all clean, shiny. You know, it is a 1993, and here we are almost 2015. You know, and stuff gets old and dry rots and basically doesn't look the same as being brand new. So there's only so much that you can do with certain vehicles. Again, the seats are white again, but like I said, if it was a black, for some reason being white and all the cracks, it just was too dry. If you remember the wheel wells before and after. The lips. All the dirt that was on there. Now again, when I did the before shot, the trunk had all kinds of stuff in it. We cleaned the trunk, I bagged everything up. You know, the trunk was nowhere near like the inside of the car was, so I didn't think that I had to take a shot of the trunk area with the stuff not in it. You know, I had stated that it was all kinds of personal belongings, that once it was bagged up and stuff, the trunk wasn't going to be that bad. You know, like the jam and stuff like that. Obviously the chrome around the tail lights. You know, on this car, I'm not probably as excited as a Kia Sorento that we did, just for the simple fact the seats are a big factor in this car, where I wish the car was taken care of better and the seats were taken care of and we could have cleaned them and they would have looked better. But again, you know, I figured I was not going to shoot an after video on this car just because of the seats, but I'm like, you know what, we got to show them all sometimes and show people that think that they can't make a car come back to life that it can by a detail. You know, the floors and everything like that, the jams, the door panels, the paint, the engine, very happy with. You know, if this was my car and I bought it because he is selling it, the first thing I would do is I would take it to a leather interior place and see what they could do, or maybe even replace the seats by doing that. They call it pleather now. It's in between a leather and like a vinyl. Because if these seats were perfect, or even if they were dyed white again, but that doesn't last forever. There's companies out there that dye seats too that would make these look really good, but again, then you have to watch how you clean them, because that can come right off. And as a matter of fact, I believe these seats were dyed at one time, because there's some areas where, you know, the stuff just like kind of flaked off. And again, leather does that too, just because of being dry. But again, if you remember these floors, before, you know, all the stuff that was embedded in the carpeting. I'm going to go ahead and close the car up and show some shots on the outside. You can kind of see the glare in the rear quarter. The paint is like a white diamond. The paint came out really nice. There are a lot of scratches embedded in the clear coat. Had to do several steps to the vehicle. From this angle, it looks really good. Hello, there's me in the grill. You know, just like Mercedes-Benz, Lincolns, you know, especially the older ones. Bentleys, they're always known for their grills. And a lot of people forget to clean the grills. If you look at this grill now for a 1993, that's what Lincolns were all about, that big chrome area in the front end of the car to show that you were driving a Lincoln. Kind of show you like an angle so you can see like a glare in the paint on the hood. See that? And that's what you get from clay barring, compounding, buffing with a glaze, buffing with a wax. and then sealing it with the pure carnauba wax. You get a finish that's just like glass. When you do all those steps, you know, a lot of people ask, well, how long is it going to last for? You ever see those commercials where they say, oh, you can wax your car one time and it lasts for a whole year and we can do all these washes? There's no such wax out there. I've been doing this for years. But when you do all those steps of clay barring and buffing with the glaze compound, buffing with a wax, and sealing it with the pure carnauba wax, you know, having something spin at 3,500 RPMs heats the paint up, along with the heating of the buffer itself and the compounds. You know, that's how you get the paint to look like this. And again, my next before and after that I'm going to do is going to be a black car that is not in good shape. But for the most part, again, you can just see certain angles on the car, just the gloss finish on it. Again, I know this is going to be a customer that's going to be very happy. My website is being in construction, so to speak, right now. Basically giving it like a facelift, whatever you want to call it. Trying to make it better than what it was, along with these videos and pictures before and after. But obviously, look for this customer about this Lincoln Towncar, because I'm sure in the comment section he'll tell you just the job that we did. And I know for a fact, when you have watched this video, seen it before and after, you'll see the difference. So again, I thank you. And like I said, you know, I'm not trying to be a great camera guy or anything like that. I'm an auto detailer. I'm just trying to show people out there that want to go to my website and get some information about me and what I do, that they can not only see pictures, they can hear me speak and see things. So until our next vehicle, have a nice day. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon.